with you today. I'm here for letter P in the ABC April 2026 challenge, hosted by Margaret and Tony. Links are in the description box below. And for P, we are going to be creating some of these, I'm calling them peekaboo paper clips because you can sort of see through them, see, peekaboo. Also, specimen paper clips didn't really start with P, so that's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. Anyway, now full disclosure, I saw or I was inspired to create these by Sam's paper creations on Instagram. She had a couple of she had one that was quite old, and then she's just recently done one in the last few days, slightly different. I think it was with magnets or something, but I thought I would have a crack with some paper clips. I will leave a link below to Sam's channel, or sorry, Sam's Instagram. Go check her out. She's got some awesome things on her page. So I'll just pop these over to the side and I'll bring in some things that I've already cut down. So all I have here is a couple of pieces of acetate from packaging, and I've cut two lengths. I'm not sure what the size was. Let's have a look. Mine are just about 6.5 inches by 1.5 inches, or just under 4 centimetres by 16.5 centimetres. But you could make them any size that you like. And then I have also cut a piece of scrapbook paper, and this is from a Tim Holtz paper pad, to be the same width as my strip. And it was just the length of the paper pad. It was an 8-inch paper pad. I've then taken this 8-inch piece and I've cut it in half. So I've got two 4-inch pieces here that I have folded in half. Now you only need 2 of the acetate strips for each one of these little slide thingies. So the first thing I want to do is pop my paper clip onto my bit of paper. So I do that by sliding my paper through this. This is the closed side of the paper clip, so it's closed at both ends. And I'm going to slide that through underneath the inner part. So hopefully you can see that there. So I've got the short inner part here, and then the closed bar is on the outside here. Actually, sorry, no, I've said that wrong. The closed bar goes on the inside so that we can slip our paper clip onto something like that. All right, so I hope I've made that clear as mud. Then I'm just going to run my finger along the edge of my paper clip just to sort of make a bit of a crease underneath the bar there. Now I did try doing it with some stitching, but my sewing machine struggled to go through the 2 layers of acetate plus the 2 layers of thick paper. So I've resorted to glue and double-sided tape. So I'm going to take my piece of acetate and I'm going to pop it inside my little flap of paper, not quite up to the top where the bar is, just going to leave a little tiny gap there. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue right in the middle of this piece of paper. And I'm not going to be super generous with the glue because I don't want it to ooze out onto my acetate. So just sort of wiggle that around, and then I'm lining up the edges of my acetate with the edge of my piece of paper. Probably got way too much glue under there. Might just get rid of it a little bit. All right, so lining up the edges of my paper with my acetate. And then I'm going to do the same with my bottom piece of paper. I'm just going to decide which way up I want it. I think I'll have it that way. I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue on the inside. Now this time I'm butting the bottom edge of the paper right up, butting the edge of the acetate right up into the crease of my paper and making sure that's aligned on the sides as well. but I'm only gluing down the bottom of the acetate, not the top, because we're going to decorate the inside. Alright, so now it's time to decorate my space here. Now the reason I put the top and bottom on first is so I know exactly how much space I've got and I can sort of better see where I'm putting the bits and pieces that I want to put on the inside. So I've got some dried flowers here. These were from my mother-in-law's hydrangeas. So I might have that one. And I also want a butterfly. I've got these teeny tiny butterflies that I cut out. Come on, here you come. I think I have that one. And then I've also got some of the Tim Holtz Curator snippets in here. So I want to pick a couple of labels. So I might have that one and maybe that one. Alright, so I'm just going to ink around my labels. Now if you wanted to make these double-sided, you would need to make sure that you had something on the back that was the same size, or maybe just even stamp on the back if you're using these labels. And then also where the butterfly is, you'd probably want to have another butterfly. But I'm not making these ones double-sided today. Alright. So now I just want to assemble my bits and pieces. So I'm going to just use a little bit of glue, and I only need a little tiny bit because it spreads a lot on the acetate, and we're going to be sandwiching it between another piece of acetate, so I don't have to worry about them falling off. So like that. A little bit too much glue there. And lastly, our little butterfly. Alright, so now I'm ready to sandwich on my other piece of acetate. Now, I find using the art glitter glue when it's sandwiched between the two pieces of acetate, it doesn't stick that great, so I'm going to use double-sided tape. And you all know what my relationship is like with double-sided tape, so you might want to go make a coffee and come back in 5 hours or something. Alright, let's see how we go. So I'm just going to take 2 pieces off to begin with. Oh, did that come off? It did. Woohoo! Oh, look at me go. Right, so now I'm coming in with my second piece of acetate, making sure that I don't have cat fur on the inside, and I'm actually going to snip just probably a quarter of an inch or half a centimetre off the bottom of my acetate, just so I don't run the risk of it overlapping too high up against my paperclip bar. And again, I want to line up the sides, and I also need to make sure that I don't go too low, which I have. Please let me peel you up. Nope, not going to let me. All right, we're just going to have to adjust. So I'll just alter that fold slightly. There we go. I think we'll probably get away with it. And then I can take the top tape off as well. Alright, and then lastly I will pop a little bit of glue on the top, fold that over, make sure it's lined up, just give that a good press, and same at the bottom. Alright, so you could leave it at that and not worry about doing any more decorating, or you could go ahead and decorate it further. You could put extra labels and things on, but I actually quite like just the sort of the stitched look. Now, this one I actually stitched with my sewing machine. I had white thread in, but I didn't realise until after I'd started, so we just went with it. But the sewing machine did struggle, so then I went ahead with this one and I used some faux stitching stamps to create the look of stitching on the outside. But it's actually just as easy to, if you've got like a fine black fine liner, I just sort of drew a scribbly line around the edge. So something like that. And then I came in and just picked some places and just drew faux zigzag stitching. There we go, just something like that. So I think they come out super cute, the little bits and pieces behind the window there. And then you can just find a page in your journal. Let's just go here and slide on to the page like that. I think they look super cute. So there we go, that's my idea for P, or not my idea, but that's my take. As I said earlier, I was inspired by Sam from Sam's Paper Creations. Alright, and to finish off I might just take a little bit of our faux vintage tape and run a little piece down the side. There we go. So a huge thanks to Sam for the inspiration. I had fun making these. I can see myself sitting down making a whole bunch more of these. That is my take for P, and I will be back on, I think it's Monday now, isn't it, for Q in the ABC April 2026 challenge. So thanks so much for joining me today, and I'll see you again then. Bye.